H5P is a way to create beautiful visual content for your courses. So if I come to h5p.org and then click on examples and downloads, I get to this page. I'm going to put this in our chats so that you can bookmark it if you want to. It features 3 types of content, but that is not all. Like if you keep scrolling, you can see all of the different types of content that you can create with H5P. There's like 30 options in here, okay? So this is a lot. So in your course, it looks just like, oh, this one activity type. But when you click add, you'll see what happens is on this page, we select which one of these dozens do we want to be using. So this looks like this. Ooh, it's a little bit scrunched up, probably because of the theme. But basically, interactive video, course presentation, you can select which one from this giant list that you want to build in Moodle, okay? So let's look at those types. So right up here, we have interactive video. This will allow you to source a video from YouTube or whatever and put interaction points on top of it. So I'm going to click play. Let's hope it's not too loud. I'm going to turn it down. All right, ingredients list. Ooh, we can expand that. Okay, we got milk, blueberries, strawberries. Good, good, good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Ooh, blueberries, strawberries. Yummy. It's going to be great. Oh, another activity point. Oh, a quiz? What? So I click on this and I have to answer a question. Oh, did I get it right? Yay, I got it right. Let's keep going. So this is just a YouTube video. So I don't have to make this video myself. I'm basically doing an overlay. Oops, I didn't actually select the answers on that one, but do you see what I mean? You're overlaying interaction points on an existing video out there on the web. So that's really awesome. Okay, we've got another one here. This is another, look, we've got a YouTube video. I'm going to click play. Let's see what happens.
The game of farm animal sounds. Click on the animal that makes this sound.
Oh, I know that one. That's a cow.
A cow. That's right.
So it's a lot of interaction, but based on assets that exist already, so you don't have to make it from the ground up. And then but you can. If you do have a video to upload, that's also an option with that interactive video. The next featured one we have is course presentation. So this is very much like a PowerPoint presentation, right? So this first one is all about berries. I can see I've got navigation down here on the bottom. I'm on slide 1 of 10. So I can go ahead. These circles always indicate an interaction point. So let's, I don't know, select, oh, Amber, excuse me. I'm just gonna go through here and I think I know the answers from them. Okay, great. So that was my first little interaction point. I'm going to keep going in my slide deck here. And, I blah, 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 blah. Oh, darn, I didn't get it. I can keep going. So this will allow you to present those slides with information, but also have interaction points there. So that's really great. Let's come back up to the examples. And now look at a branching scenario. So this one kind of replaces the Moodle lesson module, right? Because you are going to have a choice, and then depending on where you go, it's going to be a branching activity. So this is really great for doing experiential, scenario-based learning, right? So this is a home visit. So let's do this. All right, we get an introduction. Okay, it's going to be disturbing potentially. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to go see a client. We're going to proceed. Here's the case file. All right. Okay, here I'm grabbing my stuff. Getting out of the car. Okay, I'm going to go visit this client. Number 5, perfect.
Who is it? What do you want?
Okay, so now I'm presented with how am I gonna do this? So
Hi, I'm Ann Jones, a community nurse. I'm here for the appointment we arranged yesterday.
Okay, please come in.
So you can see this is like a very scenario-based thing. We're going to make
Hello.
observations and
As I said at the door,
choices
my name is Ann Jones.
based on what's present to us in this scenario. Now, obviously, this video has been produced, and you know, these branching scenarios don't have to be video-based, but they absolutely can be. So those are just the featured ones, but we've also got other kinds of content down here. We've got things that are mostly visual, so like accordion content. This just allows for the presentation of a lot of information in kind of a drop-down, you know, accordion here. So that's not terribly interactive, but it is a great way to organize information potentially. Dictation, watch this one.
The cake is a lie. Full stop.
The cake is a lie, full stop. And let's see.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Exclamation mark.
You can see that I am not the fastest typer in the world. Oh, but I nailed it, right? Dictation. So this is another beautiful example of what H5P can do. Other popular ones that we see used a lot are things like find the hot spot. So this will show a picture and you have to pick on, you know, okay, so this is a vegetable and this is a vegetable. And I guess this is a vegetable, you know, that kind of thing. Another one that we see is kind of a before and after, this image juxtaposition. So this will have this slider that allows you to kind of before and after a particular scenario. We certainly have, Moonami has a lot of clients who do firefighting and other organizations where you might have like an instrument panel in your fire truck that you need to do a before and after, like here's what it looks like at rest, here's what it looks like when we turn it on, that kind of thing. All kinds of stuff. Ooh, virtual tour. This is a fun one. If you've got a workspace that users are going to be, you know, assessing or some type of visual landscape, this one is great because you can, it's kind of like we see on Facebook and stuff. You know, you've got this whole 360-degree scenario that you can click on, and this is a hotspot, so it'll say, oh, here's some information about this. Oh, that's more in depth of what's going on over there. And let's see what happens when we do this. It takes us to a different perspective. We can you know, get more information. So really a lot can be done with this H5P. Any questions about H5P so far?
I had one question.
Yeah.
The second example you showed was a PowerPoint. So can we simply, if we have content presentations and so on already made out, we can simply import those into H5P?
No, it's not truly a PowerPoint, but it simulates that kind of experience. It's a, you know, slide-based experience. You would have to translate it. You can't just upload a PowerPoint, but it's fairly easy to do through the interface. So on this, actually, it's going to take a minute to install course presentation, but let's just let that go in the background. I can show you what the builder looks like for this. So we're just going to need a minute for that to load. But yeah, this unfortunately doesn't allow for the import of PowerPoint. That might be something that they work on in the future, but I'm just not sure.
But with Moodle in general, if we have PowerPoint, what is the best method that you will advise in terms of using PowerPoints that are pre-made, getting them into Moodle, using them in terms of teaching?
So PowerPoint files can be uploaded to your Moodle course, but the drawback there is that it's just a download. So students would have to download that PowerPoint file and play it in PowerPoint on their terminal, on their computer. I think the best way to get that content into Moodle is to translate it into H5P. It is a little bit of work, but you are going to get the interaction points that you just don't get with a PowerPoint presentation. And the interaction is what drives retention of information. Those engagement moments is what online learning is always striving to increase. So we've all heard the phrase death by PowerPoint, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because PowerPoint is just a flat thing. It's harder for us to pay attention to. It doesn't give us a lot of positive reinforcement or any kind of like motivation to stay with it. So I would say that PowerPoints, although they're the standard and they've been around for a long time, are actually falling short in online learning spaces because they don't provide that interaction. You can have animations and little things here and there, but honestly, that's why Scorum presentation software exists. So let me show you something. Articulate Storyline is a tool that you can get. It is costly. It's about $1,200 per license, so per individual using it. Why is this? I went to the wrong page. But it does allow for you to import. It works with your PowerPoint. It like sits as its own ribbon in your PowerPoint application, so that you can create a Scorum presentation from PowerPoint. The problem is it's really costly, and when something goes wrong with it, it's not super easy to get it fixed. Remember when I mentioned that Moodle provides a stage for a Scorum presentation to play on? That means that if something goes wrong, my team has limited things that we can do to troubleshoot that issue. Basically, if you want to be able to create content directly from your PowerPoint content that already exists, it's a costly endeavor that you're going to have someone on your team become an expert on, because things go wrong frequently. I definitely recommend going a different way with it and just doing H5P. And this is still working.
No problem. We could continue, man.
This one is still trying to install, so I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Let's see if I can.
So we can continue.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to this in just a little bit, because it takes some time to install when it's doing it for the first time. All that, our interactive content finally installed, so I can say use, and it's going to load up my creation tool here for that course presentation type of H5P asset. Okay, I can enter full screen mode, so that's not so limiting. Can give this course presentation one. And then I've got my tools up here at the top, right? So this is a slide. I can bring in an image. I'm going to say, add an image. Let's see, do I have anything good in here? Maypole, it was just May Day, so let's bring in a Maypole image. Map pole, hello, Maypole dance. Hover text, ribbon. Okay, and we're gonna say done, and that's gonna bring in an image. And then, so I can make my slides in this way, okay? So now I need a text box. And this is gonna be you know, you can bring in content and create it pretty easily. You can change the size of, you know, you bold, make it this other way, make it giant or smaller or whatever. Let's do, giant. Right, so it's really not too dissimilar from PowerPoint. You're going to recognize a lot of these icons, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's pretty easy to create your slides in here. Okay, and let's say proceed to save. It's like the most boring course presentation ever, but now let's save and return to course. There's certainly some other options here that we can tinker with.